Good morning, everyone. Today we are back with Super Sunday Live. Today we have an amazing rider with us. I'm definitely sure that many people must be knowing this face. So, how I met Anamika was at She Can Ride Season 1, and I have been following her since then. And I am extremely amazed, and I would thank Anamika to join us at Women on Wheels Super Sunday Live. So, yes,
Thank you for
Anamika,
having me, Amrita.
can you just tell us about yourself?
Hi everyone. Thank you everyone for joining the live, and Amrita for taking me on board. And uh, yeah, so basically, I'm Anamika, better known as Jo for all intents and purposes. I've been in Mumbai since 2012, and slowly I got the hang of Mumbai, and I started. Uh, just exploring the places around Mumbai. So firstly, I started trekking. So since 2013, I've been trekking. I've been conquering forts wherever I felt like. So I have always loved traveling and loved exploring and going to places that I've never been before and never seen before. So yeah, that's very intrinsic and very central to my life. And so in 2014, I was too like I have always, ridden two-wheelers. I have been riding for 15, 16 all years now, since school. And every chance I got, I have to go to for tuitions. Instead of walking, it's walking distance. I'll not walk or I'll not take the cycle. I'll take the scooty and go. So yeah, so I love just getting on the two wheels, having that power in my hand, and just going. But in Bombay, I bought my first scooty in 2014, 14 or 15. And first, basically, I bought the scooty so that I could understand how to ride in Bombay because it's not easy. It's very different. So first, I wanted to get used to riding in Mumbai, and then when I thought that, yeah, I'm decently capable and I can handle the traffic and how to maneuver, then is when I bought my motorcycle, and that is when I purchased my RE in 2019. So yeah, I always plan my moves. Like sometimes it's impulsive, but a lot of times it is upon a very thought through process because I feel that my safety is more important than anything else. Like because I'm the daughter to a mom, and I've been living away for 10 odd years, and I'm responsible for myself. So it's always in the back of my head, safety of myself and for my family. So yeah, I took up motorcycling as a need that to fulfill, but in time I kind of fell in love with it, and yeah, I've been trying a lot of things. I used to take my RE for off road. I realized that yeah, I need a lighter bike, so I bought an Impulse for myself. So yeah, I keep
Okay.
exploring and I keep trying new things. That's how
So,
life is.
which was basically when did you start riding, or who taught you riding?
So in eighth standard, my cousins were like playing cricket in the field in front of the house, and there was a Pulsar 180 parked there. So I went to my brother, like, can you give me the keys? I just want to see, like, just teach me how the gears work and how the brakes work. Kya hai? Batam. He told me the basics. Use the gear one down to rest up. I was like, what? Kya? Huh? I don't understand all this. Like, okay, brake and all that I understood. ठीक है. And I, like, started the bike. I stopped in a one or two jerks because I was not able to get that clutch and brake wala thing. Then I started taking one round of the ground. So I was like, this is okay, yeah, this is decent, kar sakti hu. Then I went for a bigger round. And no phones at that point of time. And then I went for a bigger round around the entire colony. And I was gone for 2 hours. And after I reached home, I got the beating of my life. But when I handed over the keys to my brother, he was like, "Maza आया कि नहीं?" So like, yeah, मजा तो आया. So that is when I thought that yeah, कर लेंगे जो भी करना है अपने मन का. बाद में मार खाना होगा खा लेंगे. But at least I'll do what I want to do and what I love to do.
Great, great. So, as
Yeah.
you are an adventurous person, which
Yeah.
other sports do you play or you've tried?
So I love trekking, like I mentioned, and I've tried zip lining. I really want to do bungee jumping, and sports. I'm a regular. Like whenever my friends are there, are available, we play badminton, and yeah, like it's just like keep yourself moving. Like you always, it's a being healthy or being active is a very core part of anybody's. It should be a very core part of anybody's life. So it's yeah, I always stay active. I can't sit in one place for long. Like I will get mad if I have to just stay in a room whole day and do nothing. And yeah, I keep myself active. I do things that interest me. I love doing DIY. I love fixing things. So hand me tools and I'll be happy. So yeah, so those are things that I do, which whatever moves me, I would do that.
So, which was your first solo ride, the short one or the long route one?
So my first solo ride um, back home actually, it was right after I had passed the 10th boards, and we had that break period now. So my friend had a Discover. So we met and we went for a small ride around the city, and then I was like, let's go to Ranchi. That is a town like almost 120 kilometers away. And I was tension. I did not even have like riding gear. I just had a helmet. उस टाइम पे नहीं पता रहता ना. So I just had a helmet and my friend was there and like we just rode to Ranchi. Nobody knew at home. We met our friends in Ranchi and then came back. And by the same evening. But my mom doesn't know about this still. So I've done my share of random
So,
impulsive
so how
things.
was your experience basically of getting your bike outside the city for the first time?
First time I saw the open roads, like I had never seen open roads like by myself. Like, I've been traveling by bus or whatever, but I took the ghats, the Ranchi ghats. They're like fucking like it's like crazy lush green jungle on both sides, and it's a complete drop. And the roads are beautiful in Ranchi, and yeah, so that was one experience I had, and then on, whenever I got a chance to use somebody's motorcycle, because guys did not used to give me their bikes. I don't know why. Like I know why now, but at that point of time, I was like, I'm serious. I want to ride, like, and I want to try it. And nobody used to give me. So I was like, okay, yaar, I'll get my own bike and ride my own shit. So it's always been very empowering and the sense of freedom. So when I started riding a two wheeler, it was out of necessity, like I told you. And I used to do all the how to household chores like cylinder लेकर के आना है go down से वो लेके जाना है or like things like that, dropping mom to work or things like that. So it was always a very work related thing, dropping my friends here and there for teaching classes. So I was like the pick up and drop service basically. So yeah, I've always loved it. But after a point of time, the sense of the sense I can do anything and go anywhere, and I can do things by myself. That was a feeling that was so empowering, and that was a feeling that was so moving, and the feeling of independence that I just couldn't stop it. I just couldn't give that up. And my parents, my dad has been actually very key and very important in this journey because ever since I was a kid, I was the kid, like, on Sundays, we used to service our Contessa, and dad had his Chip Bajaj Chetak. He used to go there, services. The maximum I was supposed to do was put water in the radiator and clean the kadi. Like, utna karo, baki dad is doing, and I'm just watching. And I'm just watching what he's doing. So that he's always treated me like the guy in the family. So he used to always push me to do things like taking care of the house and how to fix things, electric काम कैसे handle करना है, wiring कैसे check करना है, things like that. All the tomboy things I've done since a kid. So yeah, that is something that has always interested me on fixing things. Like I love fixing things, and somehow it's flowed into my career also. Like I'm in the marketing communication business, wherein I fix brands and I fix that. So it's everything is part of the values that I've been brought up as a kid, and it kind of instills and goes through everything that I do in life.
So when you been to Mumbai, so which was probably your first ride and after how many years? As you mentioned that your first vehicle that you took was Scooty, as you wanted to
Hmm.
just manage and check out with the Mumbai roads. So after you
Hmm.
purchased your first Enfield, which was the ride and how was the experience on it?
My first ride with the Enfield is very memorable, man, because I took 6 hours to reach Pune. I'm not kidding because I put the GPS location. I put the route and it had all the exit, like avoiding the tolls. So it took me through the longest route possible, and it took me through a off-roading patch. And that time Enfield was brand new, and I was like 1 month into the bike, and there was nobody inside, nobody in front, nobody at back, and I was like, Anamika, अगर तू आज गिरी यहाँ पे तो कोई नहीं आने वाला क्योंकि मोबाइल में नेटवर्क भी नहीं है. So you just figure your life out and just ride. And if you fall, you figure it out also. So after that is when I decided that I have to learn how to pick up this bike. That was the first thing I did after that first solo ride. That was a revelation for me that you have to, damn girl, you need to manage your own things in life. And yeah, so that is when I started learning and training. I started looking at a lot of videos and a lot of content, and there were so many people I came across from all over the world, and I learned so much. And I've always been that person who's like eager to learn. I just want to learn, like I want to absorb. Tell me more, tell me more. So I follow all these famous riders that they have, and they have so much to share and so much to teach. So yeah, looking at those things, talking to seniors, talking to people who are more experienced, I keep learning with every ride I go to.
So how do you manage your two bikes? Like how, what the time that you give probably for the Enfield and the new bike that you have is Impulse. So
I
how do
actually
you
have three bikes.
manage?
I have actually three bikes. So all three bikes have their own purposes and intents. The scooty is for the grocery shopping. The Enfield is for normal, like, road pe ride karna, halka fulka off road. The Impulse is basically still on build. It's under the wraps, and I don't want to talk about it much because it's my dream project, and I've been in love with the Impulse since 2012. Like the first time I ever rode it, the first time it had launched. It come to Ranchi, and I rode it for we had a treasure hunt thing that Hero Impulse was doing in our college. So yeah, that's a dream project, and that is my pet project. And I'm putting it in a lot of love and a lot of money into that motorcycle to make it exactly like I want it to be. And yeah, pretty soon it'll be revealed, hopefully.
So what do you prefer, the short rides or the long rides?
As long as I can ride, man. Anything would do. Like mostly longish rides agar bole na, so I've just done Goa till now, like the longest ride I've done in one day. And after that, even after reaching there at around 1 o'clock or something, I was so amped ki let's go somewhere. I don't want to sit in the hotel room. Yeah, like I've come here, I want to go and see things, meet people, do random things, just roam around at 1 o'clock at night in Goa. So I never, for me, I never get tired of riding. So the longest I've ridden is till Goa, but I will take any chance I get to ride a motorcycle or a two-wheeler, any chance I get.
Okay, so as you ride to places, what are the safety measures that you make sure you follow?
So when it comes to safety measures, I'm a huge advocate of all the gear all the time. Uh, because of personal experiences, common sense, it's always important to keep your self worth. एयरप्लेन में भी जब आप जाते हो तो वहां पे बोला जाता है पहले आप अपने आप को सिक्योर करें फिर किसी और की मदद करें, right? Similarly, it applies everywhere. That first see your own safety. So riding gear is very important. I have my friend here, subtle engineer. She's witnessed my adventures in Himachal. So she knows about the importance of riding gear in my life. Just it's keeping yourself safe, and it saves you from a lot of things that mishaps that could have gone really wrong. And helmet, proper riding gear that fits you properly, riding boots, gloves. For me, minimum within the city, the helmet, boots, the normal shoes and the gloves is the most important. Even if I'm going for the grocery shop near home, that is a must. I will never ride without a helmet. And pillion 2, I will always say that for even for the pillion, it is extremely important to wear riding gear, because what happens is that when you meet with an accident, unfortunately, the guy who's riding or the girl who's riding, they are in control of the motorcycle. They're kind of in the thing, and they are in the move. So they might be able to save themselves because they unka reflexes zyada better hoga, because they know how to get out of it. The pillion will not know shit. The pillion does not know what to do, and they're actually just flailing at the back. So yeah, it's extremely important for riding gears all the time. And I personally prefer, like, it's my own personal bias that I don't like to reveal my gender when I'm on the road, simply for, like, I don't want unwanted attention, because in India, I want more women to come on motorcycles and start riding. But safety again is extremely important, because I've witnessed, I've seen, I've gone for night rides, and I've seen guys following us, and we figured out ways to get out of it. Like, I've told my friend that we are not going to take this route because this is the common route. We'll take the other route, and you think on your feet. You think on your feet and take decisions on the go, and it keeps you on the move. Like, the motorcycle literally keeps you on the move, and you always have to be very, very cautious about what you're doing, where you're going. Very vigilant. You have to always be very vigilant when you're on the road, no matter where you're going, because when you're on the road, you're responsible for yourself. Nobody else is responsible for you. You are responsible for yourself. So yeah, that way safety for me is very important. I always carry some spare or tools. Zip ties is the go-to thing in my backpack, so that will always be there. Other than that, there are more than enough people in the community, in the world, to help you on the road whenever you need anything. You just need to believe in yourself and just do what you love to do, and just go for it.
So, which roads do you prefer, the Mumbai roads or the Ranchi roads?
Ranchi roads. Hands down. I did not even have to think about it.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So, any places you visited on bikes at Ranchi? Like, again, the similar question that
Hmm.
as you're riding your first ride, probably as you said that it was Goa, the longest ride. So, which was your longest ride when you were at Ranchi?
So I don't even remember. Like, I've never measured. I've never been the kind of person who measures my kilometers, like, as a kid, um, because it just it occupies that space of my mind which is not relevant. Like, I want to ride. No, I don't want to measure how many kilometers I've ridden. So I just used to, like, there are a lot of falls there. So there are a lot of spots, or Manji Falls, and I just used to take my scooty. I had my scooty pep at that point of time. Her name is Turfy, which my mom sold without my knowledge, and I was like, where is Turfy? I can't see her in the garage. So like, that I think, one ride that I really enjoyed was right after my sister had got married, 2020, and I was like free from all responsibilities. हो गया सब, घर का मैनेज करने का काम हो गया, बाहर का काम हैंडल, मेरी बहन का भी हो गया सब, विदाई विदाई everything done. Now I'm free. Now I need to ride, and I called up my friends and they hooked me up with their Java 42. And I always, like I told you, I always carry my gears. So I had my helmet, my gloves, my riding gears with me. So we just went for a early morning ride in Patratu Valley. If you see the photographs, there are these U-pin turns, bends, and it's like going down, and it was beautiful. And that was so relaxing and such a stress buster. Like, इस पूरे दिन का जो शादी का भाग दौड़ का था, सब निकल गया. So like I told you, I'll take any excuse to ride, like any excuse to ride. So yeah, I always prefer carrying my own riding gear because I'm more comfortable. And this time in Himachal, I did not carry my helmet. I took a half-face helmet that they had, but I was like, the whole time I was like, no, नहीं नहीं मुझे मेरा helmet चाहिए. But yeah, I keep doing that.
Okay, so coming to an end, any message to the viewers that you would like to share?
Um, Actually, just two things if I can. One is always do what makes you happy. And if you do something that makes you happy, and you start doing it, you will put in all your love and with all your passion, and you will do anything and everything that makes you get better at it. You're right. Like, if you're doing things for your own self and to keep yourself happy and keep yourself moving, do it. Like, and that could be anything. I'm not saying just motorcycles. It can be anything. It could be trekking, it could be rock climbing, it could be painting, dancing, doing judo, karate, whatever. And just go into it. And the more you do what you love, the more it'll push you to become better at it. So just do that. And the second thing is, all the gear all the time. So whatever occasion it may be, whether you're going to the grocery shop or going for the longest ride, all the gear all the time, because that is one thing that will bring you back home safe, and it will let you do things the next time. Because if you're not safe, like, you cannot do it the next time. So always your safety is paramount, and just do what you love and follow your heart.
Great. So I am sure that all the viewers must have had a really great time. And thank you, Anamika, for joining us for the live today and sharing the insights, beautiful insights, and about the journey, about the bike, about riding. And I'm sure next time we'll meet again. And thank
Definitely.
you for joining at Super Sunday Live.
Thank you, Amrita. Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me. And thank you, everybody, for joining. I can see a lot of my friends from different states are here. And thank you for taking time and listening in, guys. So, yeah, stay safe and love you all.
Bye. Take care.
Bye. Take care.